Heavenly grapes versus earthly grapes. Yeah, it's a thing. But it's a thing only in a metaphor. It's only a thing when it's symbolic. Today's discussion, Revelation chapter 14, verses 17 and 18, speaks about a harvest. But before we look at that, let me take you back to verses 14 through 16, for it speaks of a harvest as well, but one of wheat and of figs, which are symbolic for those who accepted Christ and his teaching. At that time, those verses, that harvest, it is known that they would have been raptured. Then this other harvest takes place. In verse 17, it told us that an angel that is in charge of fire gets with another angel that's told to gather grapes. The grape, we know it as a good thing, jam and wine. So it's a hard thing for one to wrap their head around to understand that the grape in the Old Testament many times was referred to in a negative sense. You can read that in Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 32. But today's verses 17 and 18, it points to our cross-reference, Joel chapter 3, verse 13, that the grapes are gathered and put in the winepress. The winepress being symbolic that it's a sign of the wrath of God and his punishment. So if you would, those of you who have an inkling to understand what the book of Revelation is all about, in your own time, study it for yourself. Know that every word you read needs to be studied out and read through ways of commentary. Because if the Bible tells us there's a right way to divide the word of truth, it has to be a wrong way as well. So, today's discussion, the grape that is not always as good as it tastes, according to the Bible's metaphors. So may you not be in the vase of grapes that is going to the winepress at whatever day that is appointed for it to happen. For the grape is not grapes as we know it. It is people. The winepress is not as we know it, but it's eternal punishment. This is not to scare you. This is to make you aware that you may study for yourself. No matter where you're going, heaven or the other direction, you should know, be knowledgeable of what that's been written. For your information, you need to know the book of Revelation. I'm Cheryl for FYI Friday, the book of Revelation study series. You'll be hearing from me next week. Until then, be well.